All right. The doors fling open, and they just slam into the walls inside the room, and you hear a thunderous boom as the doors go through that swing. And why is... Oh, there we go. So essentially the room opens up wide to you guys, and it doesn't seem to fit, in the crowded dungeon that you guys have been walking through here and have been walking for a while. It's just a big room, like compared to scale of the other rooms, it's about 120 feet across, it's 140 feet wide. It's enormous. It's what?
It's the TARDIS.
It's enormous. And even more surprising is the cavernous 60-foot roof. The ceiling is way above you and held in place by 17 gigantic columns that just shoot from the floor and tower all the way up, holding the massive stone roof above you. And you guys notice...
Destroy those columns, you're good to go, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. You guys notice the lichen on the walls and floors is still there, but this chamber is relatively clean. Like, it immediately stands out to you. Like, the floor is more maybe like scrubbed or kept clean or whatnot, but just definitely different feel than the hallway that you're currently in and opening into this room. But it's kind of hard to believe that the place has been cleaned, because as soon as the doors opened, this smell just permeated out of there, and it came from like every crevice in the opening there, and just kind of is hanging thick, almost like you can see and feel it. It's so thick. You feel it on your skin, the overpowering smell of blood and death. It's like mummification and decay, and it all comes to mind as you stifle your breath and try and catch it, and then you try and hold it, and all of this is unsuccessful. The smell creeps in regardless of whether you're breathing in or out. You feel it going in your nostrils, and it finds its way deep inside you despite your hardest efforts. You may even place a cloth over your mouth and nose to try and thwart the hazy, distasteful odor. Regardless, there's no hiding from it, cloth or no. And there is evil in this place, that is clear. And the odor and the aura that's coming out of there is giving away that evil presence. Right in the middle of the room is a massive stone slab. And that slab is about 70 feet wide and at least 20 feet tall. On top of that is where, James, when you were peeking, that's where you saw the Crypt Keeper. And there doesn't appear to be any way up onto the slab, except for climbing the stone sides, which appears to be very tough at best. And one of the most noticeable features as you enter is the 13-foot diameter fire bowl directly in front of you. And apparently there's another one on the other side of the slab because of the flames that are flickering and glowing off of the walls. And the gigantic bonfires that are in here are putting off an immense amount of heat. The dancing light is everywhere. The entire chamber is completely lit up by these fierce fire pots. After a moment, you guys drink all this in, you notice that the Crypt Keeper is floating in the air about 25 feet above you and above the solid stone platform. His eyes are glowing. They're sunken into his rotting skull. Even though he is dark and shrouded in tattered robes, you recognize the pallid face of your dear friend and ex-compatriot, Malleus the Cleric.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, man. I was talking all that smack about his mom.
Gripped in his rotten, flesh-covered hand is a wicked, thorny staff that glows an angry violet. He looks as though power is billowing through him and emanating. It's emanating to everything around him. Malleus, the Crypt Keeper, somehow locks eyes with each of you. Even those in the back feel drawn into the room. And there's a static sound of electricity coming from the top of the stone slab. That platform just has this immense amount of electrical static sound. It's crackling loud, and it makes bright blasts that light up the walls and roofs of the chamber in a maniacal and eerie, macabre way. Occasionally, you see a miniature lightning bolt dart out from the source above. You can't see it from this angle, but there is a deep, angry, growling noise coming from above. Along with the Crypt Keeper, immediately in front of you is a room full of hate cult members. Each of them is glaring angrily at you, barely held in place with their scimitars drawn. Dread is in their gaunt eyes. As you stare in wonder, awe, and fear, there is a sudden and terrifying beckon from above. The hair on the back of your neck stands on end as the Crypt Keeper addresses you all.
Welcome, Party of Earth sympathizers. You are faced with two choices. Join me now or die.
Isn't that kind of the same thing?
All right, smartass, give me a fear check. Everyone.